In this video we're going to have a look at some quadratic equations. Now I've got my first equation here, y is equal to 2x squared plus 4x minus 5, and it's asking us to find the value when x is equal to 0. So all we need to do is substitute in, instead of x we write our 0. And because we're multiplying by 0, sorry, that was supposed to be a 0 in there, all I'm left with is the last number. So the answer will be negative 5. For b, where I have x is equal to 3, so all I'm doing is putting in the values and solving. A good habit is to put in brackets, because if you get to substitute in a negative value, you have to remember to square that as well. Next one is if we're solving for the value of y. So this time 15 is equal to our equation. So x squared take 6x plus 8. Now we can't do this simply. What we're going to have to do is rearrange our equation. So I'm going to move that 15 to the other side. So I've got 0 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8 minus 15. So x squared minus 6x take 7. Now we have to factorize this to solve for the values of x. And what we can do is put that into our calculator. So if I come down and go to equation, it asks me to solve what would I like? A polynomial. What's the degree? So x squared is the degree of 2. And then I've got my values of a, b, and c. So here I can see a is equal to 1, so the number in front of x squared, minus 6 for our second one, and then minus 7 for our third. Enter that in, click solve, and it tells me that x is equal to 7 or negative 1. So when you get an equation, insert that on the left hand side, rearrange it, and then use your calculator to solve for the values of x. We can use this in a situation like this. So a stone is thrown into the air, its height above the ground, t seconds after it's thrown is given by the equation or the function. Height of the time is equal to negative 5 t squared plus 30t plus 2 meters. How high is the stone when t is equal to 3? So again, that's just substituting in for our value. Then that's times 3 plus 90. So it's 47 meters above. For b, from what height was it when the stone was released? When you release something, that's when time is equal to 0. So again, I would substitute that into my equation, and I know that the h of 0 is just equal to the constant, or the last number there, which is 2. So it was released at 2 meters. At what time is the stone 27 meters above? So again, using that same technique that we learnt before, 27 meters above, because we're trying to find the height. So the height was 27, was equal to negative 5t squared plus 30t plus 2. And to do this, I would rearrange it by bringing this to the other side, which means that it would turn to a negative 27, which means this part would be negative 25. I'd come over to my calculator and again enter that in. So my value of a is negative 5, my value of b is 30, and my value of c is negative 27. Pop that in, click solve, and I can see that I have two answers, so 4.89 or 1.1. Why is that? Well, you think if you throw something from 2 meters high, it's going to go up and then it's going to come down. So at what time was it? Well, it happened twice, so that might be here at 4.8 seconds and also at 1.1.